because you're a nice guy and this guy brought out something in you and you're so scared of that thing coming out of you again that you let the whole world walk all over. Your friends walk over you.
From friends apparently turning into foes, a lot has gone down since Will Smith slapped Chris Rock on possibly the biggest stage in Hollywood. Dave Chappelle, who has supported Rock in the drama since the beginning, seems to have changed sides and is now supporting Smith publicly. And Rock is probably not happy. If you're not aware of what's happening in the most dramatic moment in Oscar history, let us fill you in. But before we continue, please give it a like and hit the subscribe button. It really helps me grow the channel so I can bring you the hottest tea every week. Around 2 hours into the Oscars, Rock entered the stage to give the Best Documentary Award. In keeping with his reputation as a stand-up comedian, Rock started hurling unplanned jokes at the audience. Rock joked about Javier Bardem and Denzel Washington before turning to Jada Pinkett Smith and stating he was excited to see her in G.I. Jane 2. Like Demi Moore's character in the 1997 movie G.I. Jane, Pinkett Smith had a buzz cut. But Pinkett Smith has been candid about her issues with alopecia, which has left her with bald patches and thinning hair. Everyone in the audience laughed at the joke, even her husband, Will Smith. But realizing seconds later that his wife was annoyed, Will Smith did the most Will Smith thing. He got up and hit Rock across the face. If you want to listen to the slap, which was a loud one, you better watch the Japanese version. Then came the loud screams, and just like that, as Rock concluded, the moment went down as the greatest moment in the history of television. Ironically, Smith won the Oscar for his role in King Richard. He delivered a 5-minute acceptance speech in which he gave a 5-minute-long apology to the Academy and his fellow nominees. It was not the first time Rock joked about Smith at the Oscars. When he hosted the Oscars in 2016, he mentioned the pair in relation to Pinkett Smith's backing of the Oscars So White boycott. He said,
Jada's gonna boycott the Oscars. Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited.
When Pinkett Smith was questioned about the slur a few days later by photographers, she dismissed it. A few days after smacking Chris Rock, Will Smith publicly apologized again in a YouTube video, but the damage was already done. Earlier in August, while performing a comedy show in New Jersey, Rock joked, "Anyone who says words hurt has never been punched in the face." Rock was on his European tour with Dave Chappelle back in early September when he came on stage at London's O2 Arena, gun blazing. Rock, who took the stage first, spent a brief portion of his extensive set discussing Will Smith, during which he reportedly responded to Smith's apologetic video by saying, "F your hostage video." As in past performances, the comedian acknowledged that Smith's smack stung. "Yes, that hurt. He played Ali. I can't even play Floyd Mayweather." Rock referred to Will Smith as Suge Smith, using the nickname of Suge Knight, a former music boss for Death Row Records who is presently serving a 28-year prison term for voluntary manslaughter. He said, "If everybody claims to be a victim, then nobody will hear the actual victims. Even me getting smacked by Suge Smith, I went to work the next day. I got kids." Chappelle then spoke after Rock, saying although he is unsure of his reaction if Smith had slapped him on stage at the Oscars, he is positive that the actor would not have enjoyed the rest of his night at the ceremony. Oh, we are 100% sure of that, Dave. This wasn't the first time Chappelle supported Rock publicly. Back in late July, he played the role of a showstopper, surprising a sold-out Madison Square Garden by opening for Chris Rock and Kevin Hart. He strolled out, unannounced, cigarette in hand, with his trademark C projected on the screens as the lone sign. Chappelle held court for over 20 minutes, also talking about the attack on him at the Hollywood Bowl. Chappelle said he hoped his attacker would get monkeypox. If you're not aware of the attack incident, Chappelle was tackled by a man named Isaiah Lee. Yep, you heard that right. The videos revealed that Chappelle and the man got into a physical altercation. Prior to tackling the comedian on stage, Isaiah Lee actually pulled a fake gun on him. Between Lee and Chappelle, there was a real weapon in play, complete with a knife that was also attached to the prop. However, the only injuries were sustained by Isaiah Lee, who was attacked by a swarm of people who chased after him. Busta Rhymes and Jamie Foxx were in there too. We know how that must have turned out. After everything settled back into somewhat normalcy, Chris Rock then dropped the following one-liner,
Was that Will Smith?
and just like that, everything seemed to go back to normal. That's just the kind of impact Rock has on the crowd. Will Smith now knows he doesn't want to be on the bad side of Chris Rock. The incident also led to a ban from the Academy for Smith for 10 years. He appeared to have reached out to Chappelle for his support. As we all know now, Chappelle is a close friend of Rock and was critical of Smith for slapping Rock. Along with Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, Smith invited Chappelle to a private screening of his next movie, Emancipation. The eagerly awaited film is also Smith's first to hit theaters after his onstage smacking of Chris Rock. Because of this, fans think that Smith is attempting to make peace with Rock with Chappelle's assistance. The film will premiere in theaters on December 2nd and then be made available on Apple TV Plus on December 9th. Because Apple bought the rights to make the movie in a world record-breaking auction, it has gained a lot of attention. Apple allegedly spent $120 million on the film, which will be eligible for the 2019 award season if Smith doesn't attend the award show. Aw, that's gotta be a bummer. Smith was seen with a number of other celebrities in an Instagram post attending the Emancipation screening. The crowd included Rihanna, Chappelle, Tyler Perry, Kenya Barris, and A$AP Rocky. Smith wrote in the caption, "Epic night. Thanks for coming to see #Emancipation. Hope y'all enjoyed." Smith plays an escaped slave in Emancipation who gets the nickname Whipped Peter because pictures of the keloid scars on his back were published to demonstrate the brutality of slavery. The movie follows Smith's character as he makes his way across Louisiana's swamps to get away from the plantation owners who almost killed him. Chappelle, who is now on tour with Rock, brought up the Oscars incident last month at a performance in Liverpool and described it as a really bizarre choice. According to the Daily Mail, Chappelle said, "Will did the impression of a perfect person for 30 years, and he ripped his mask off and showed us he was as ugly as the rest of us. Whatever the consequences are, I hope he doesn't put his mask back on again and lets his real face breathe. I see myself in both men." Tyler Perry, who was also at the screening with Chappelle, had previously and rather reluctantly discussed the Oscars event at the Tribeca Film Festival. "It was wrong in no uncertain terms, and I made sure I said that to Will." He added that Rock was a pure champion the way he handled it, but something happened that was extremely painful for Smith as well. "It's no excuse. He was completely wrong, but something triggered. That was so out of everything he is." Fans now claim that if Smith has repaired his relationship with Chappelle, there's now a greater chance that Rock will forgive him for his actions. But it seems like it might just be too soon for all. Back in August, a resource said that Rock was not ready to forgive the actor anytime soon. So no matter what, Will Smith trying to make Rock publicly accept the apology, he could be waiting for a while. The source said Chris has no plans to reach out to Will. He needs the public's forgiveness, not Chris's. Smith revealed that while he had reached out to the stand-up comedian privately, he had been told Rock was not quite ready to speak with him. Smith is still holding on to hope that the two can reconcile, which is the reason he has reached out to mutuals like Dave Chappelle. This could take a different turn if Rock doesn't like Chappelle supporting Smith, which is a big possibility. The drama continues. So, all in all, it can be said that everything in the industry is pretty chaotic right now. What do you think about the whole drama? Do you think Will Smith deserves forgiveness from Chris Rock? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and also subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.